alas, it has been 2 long weeks since I have last posted. I also have done literally nothing on Facebook as well. Don't worry, I'm still alive. Hopefully I can survive another off-season where Russell Wilson doesn't get traded. I'm hoping he doesn't get traded this year. But the off-season is officially about to begin. The NFL free agency is just about to come, and we are about to endure another off-season where people are going to be like, Russell Wilson doesn't like being in Seattle. He and Pete Carroll are getting along. Well, guess what? I've seen some sources that have said they're getting along just fine. And I am about to make the argument that Russell Wilson should stay in Seattle. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Matthew Leininger. I am a big Seahawks fan, although you can't really tell back here because all I have back here is Legos, and also my room is an absolute disaster right now, so we're going to try to hide that. I have the weekend to myself. My family went to the Nooksack Girls state championship. No, it's just state. Hopefully they win it all. Go girls, which then means, just as I said, I am home alone, basically, till about Sunday afternoon, hopefully. So, I'm going to be a little lonely for a while. So, you know what? I'm going to try to convince myself that Russell Wilson is going to stay in Seattle. What is up, everyone? What is going on? That was a really long intro. My name is Matthew Leininger. I am the football boss. And I am here trying to make the argument that Russell Wilson should stay in Seattle. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so I know that I'm producing good content for you all to see, though. And you can also follow me on Facebook, though. I would, hopefully one day I will put up a link, but I do not know how to do that yet. You can follow me on Facebook, MatthewLeininger, even though I do absolutely nothing on there, though. I don't care. Follow me anyway if you want, though. One day I will get Twitter and Instagram, and you can definitely follow me on there as well. But since those pages of mine do not exist yet, do not follow those. So, just like I said, we are about to enter another offseason where Russell Wilson is going to be in trade rumors once again. Joy. But, maybe, just maybe, he might stick around. And I'm going to give you reasons why. Now, just that I am a Seahawks fan, I want Russell Wilson to stay. I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible, though, because there is obviously a chance that Russell Wilson gets traded, though. You obviously look at Matthew Stafford last year, though, and of course he was with a terrible Lions team for many years, although Russell Wilson at least won a ring with the Seahawks, and there's no way Stafford was going to win one there. And you know what, though? Stafford got traded at about the same age as Russell Wilson, and he ended up winning a Super Bowl. So, you know what? If Russell Wilson does get traded, I hope he does win a Super Bowl with his team. As long as it's not a team that I hate. But, honestly, looking through some things, though, maybe there's a chance that Russell Wilson doesn't get traded. Now, obviously, the 2021 season was disastrous. I think that might be a simple word of saying it, though. It was not good. It was our first losing season since 2011 and the very first losing season in the Russell Wilson era, which I will say that has been 10 years since we've had a losing season, though. And even though it was very frustrating and very hard to watch, though, it is still very impressive that this is our first losing season since 2011, though. Most teams would dream of doing that, though. I mean, look at the Cleveland Browns. What have they had to celebrate? Remember when they went through that stretch where they only won one game in 2 years? Man, that sucks. I will admit that sucks. And we've also won a Super Bowl. We've also been to back-to-back Super Bowls. Let's not talk about that second Super Bowl, though. But you know what, though? We have been generally lucky, though, even though we haven't really had a lot of postseason success, though. And this was a bit of a rough year for Russell Wilson. There were games where he clearly didn't look like he had it anymore, though. Of course, he also had that finger injury, though, in his throwing hand, which I will say, a finger injury in your throwing hand, that automatically makes it difficult, and he was also adjusting to a new offensive coordinator as well as Shane Waldron. Now, Shane Waldron, he had a pretty crappy year. He had some very bad play calls, and there were moments where I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Let Russ cook? Run it with Carson. Throw it in Metcalf. What are you doing? But he actually had a pretty good last two games. though, and that would be against the Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals, though. And both of those games that he won, and we actually had a pretty good offense that day, and that offense kind of reminded me of the offense of early 2020, though. So let's first look at some stats from Russell Wilson, and of course our awesome running back, hopefully that we will resign, Rashad Penny, though. Now, of course, we also have DK Metcalf. We also have Tyler Lockett, and both of those receivers are very, very dangerous, though. And both of them had good seasons. I know Metcalf kind of declined a bit, though, but Metcalf still got over 900 yards receiving, was so close to 1,000 yards, and he had 12 touchdowns. And Tyler Lockett got over 1,000 yards, though, and had 8 touchdowns. And he also missed a game because he was, of course, on the COVID list, though. So yeah, those are down years for them, and that is still pretty good. We definitely do have one of the best wide receiver combos in the NFL, and if we have a good quarterback like Russell Wilson throwing to them, though, our offense has potential to be very, very scary. And then, of course, Rashad Penny, he broke out near the last end of the year, and he had over 700 yards and 6 touchdowns. And okay, I know you could look at that and say, yeah, that really wasn't all that impressive, though. Well, here's the thing that was impressive, though. It's really kind of what he did the last half of the season, where he was just destroying run defenses all around, though. He was scoring too, which was the best part, though. And so you could look at the first game, just like I said with the Lions. So Russell Wilson, he had a pretty good game. He went 20 for 29, 236 yards, and 4 touchdowns. I know you can say it's against the Lions, though, but you know what, though? That is still pretty good. And also, we scored 51 points, which was the most points anyone had ever scored against the Lions in this year. So, and that's coming from us, the Seahawks, though. And the Seahawks had a really disappointing offense. So you know what, that is saying something right there. And of course, one of the best parts was Rashad Penny. He had 25 attempts for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now, just like I said, though, you could say, oh, well, it's against the Lions. Oh, and I will be like, okay, fine. That makes sense. But look what we did against the Arizona Cardinals, though. Wilson was 15 for 26, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. The 1 interception really wasn't all that good, though. But once again, Penny, he had an even better game, though. 23 attempts for 190 yards and 1 touchdown. Of course, a big 60-yard run. So right off the bat, look at that. 170 yards and 190 yards. That is over 300 rushing yards in 2 games and 3 touchdowns scored. Russell Wilson also, his touchdown-interception ratio during that time is, of course, 7-1. And with someone with a finger injury and having a rough year, though, that is still impressive, though. And also, notice how Russell Wilson only had 29 pass attempts and Rashad Penny had 25 rush attempts. Now, okay, I know there were other running backs, and then they all came in, but I don't really record that, though. But as you can see, that is a very well-balanced offense, though, and something that Russell Wilson has been doing for many years, though, is that he's been carrying the workload for the Seahawks for many years. When our defense has been bad, our offensive line has been bad, and when our run game has not been so good, Russell Wilson has still been able to get us wins, though. From the looks of it here, though, it looks like we don't have to put all the workload on Russell Wilson, though. So, like, for example, if DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are getting covered really well and they're not in the game, though, we can very well run the ball with Rashad Penny, though. And just as I said, we still have a really good passing. We've got good receivers. We can have a good passing game. So there is a chance that we could have a really good offense, though. And I really want to see Shane Waldron do a little bit more of this next year. And kind of look at Russell Wilson in general, though. I mean, he definitely had one of his weaker seasons, but just like I said, though, there was the finger injury and, of course, new adjustments to the offensive coordinator, though. But he still threw for over 3,000 yards, and his touchdown-interception ratio was, of course, 25-6, which it's not that bad. But for a quarterback like Russell Wilson, it definitely is disappointing, though. But I'd probably say one of the biggest things was that Rashad Penny, just as I said, he rushed for over 7. He had 749 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. And his rushing yards per attempt was 6.3 yards a carry, though. That was tied for first with Josh Allen. Not Josh Allen, the Jacksonville Jaguar. Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bill. Guess who that beat out? Dalvin Cook, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Lamar Jackson, and Derrick Henry. Yeah. Who are those guys? We got those guys are absolute no ones. No, those guys are stars in the NFL. And Derrick Henry, not Derrick Henry, and Rashad Penny technically outplayed them, though. But also, just as I said, in the last 2 games, he's rushing for over 170 yards and then 190, though. If he takes all that and puts it into a full season of play, he's giving that rushing title competition. I guarantee it. Because just like that, that is over 300 yards, and he was really only like about 100, 200 yards away from actually being in the top 20 rush attempts. So, and he really broke out near the last half of the season, though. Now, that is very scary taking that taking that into it though. And here's the thing. So I guess that shows right there that we can still win with Wilson though. And there's something else new though. Of course, just I said, actually I haven't said this. Actually, no, I did. A couple weeks ago, we also fired our defensive coordinator, Ken Norton, which, in my opinion, he has not done a very good job for us. So our defense just seems to keep getting worse every single year. We did hire a new defensive coordinator, though, and his name is, drumroll please. Just waiting for it to load up. Here we go. Clint Hurtt. Now, Clint Hurtt, I kind of looked into him a bit, though. He doesn't really have a really he could be good, though. But so it definitely doesn't look like he has a lot of experiences, but I will literally take anyone I will literally take anyone that we can get, though. And we still have talent on our defense. So there's still talent on our defense. So of course we still have Bobby Wagner. Of course, there's also questions if he's going to come back, though. But even if he doesn't, Jordan Brooks had an outstanding year for us, though, and he would definitely be the leading tackler. Cody Barton, I don't even know why we didn't even play him throughout the regular season, though. I thought he had a great preseason, though. So, and Jordan Brooks and Cody Barton, those are two young linebackers, though, for us, though. And I'm liking the future of our linebacker core, even though it doesn't look like Bobby Wagner is going to be with us for a while, though, because, of course, his age and his contract, though. And, of course, in the secondary, we got DJ Reed, I think he had a good year. Trey Brown, he had some nice plays that I liked. Of course, he was dealing with some injuries most of the year, though. So, fingers are crossed that, of course, he has a breakout year. And then, of course, you have Jamal Adams, who is easily one of the best safeties in the NFL. Now, yes, I know he had a bit of a rough year. Of course, he really sucks in coverage, though. And, of course, he had that injury, though. But it is very possible for Jamal Adams to have a bounce back here. Now, here's the thing. I'm not trying to say, oh, we have a top 10 defense, because that is obviously not true. Our defense sucks. But there have been defenses over the past couple of years, though, that have turned around because of coaches firing. You can look at the Rams in 2020. I had no faith in the Rams entering into the 2020 season. I thought that offense was going to be bad. I thought that defense was just going to be mad. I was like, okay, I'm like Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. they're going to have pretty good years, though. But I'm like, I don't know who else is going to be good on that Rams defense. Well, Brandon Staley got hired, and he turned that defense into one of the best defenses in the NFL. You could also look at the Green Bay Packers with Joe Barry. And, okay, I will say there were a couple rough games, like the Saints and the Vikings, though, the run defense against the Browns, though. But for the most part, the Packers had a really good defense last year, though. And even though, yes, they went one and done, though, you cannot blame that defense. So you got to blame the offensive line and the special teams. Both of them were really, really bad. Because when you think about it, the Green Bay Packers only gave up 6 offensive points to the San Francisco 49ers. That is impressive, though. The problem is the offense really couldn't do anything else besides that, along with the special teams. So I'm not trying to say, oh, Clint Hurtt's going to turn around their defense, but obviously it is 100% possible. And we also live in the world of the NFL where literally anything is possible. I mean, there were so many crazy upsets this year, though. And then plus, who in the world thought the Cincinnati Bengals were going to be in the Super Bowl? If you told me at the beginning of the year the Los Angeles Rams were going to be in the Super Bowl, I would have said, that makes sense. You said they were going to win, I would say, gross. But I could see that happening. Now, if you told me the Bengals were going to be in Super Bowl, I would think you are drunk. Because I'm like, I think you have gone mad. I don't know what is wrong with you. You're crazy. No. Bengals won. Well, they did win the AFC. And they did so in very convincing fashion, though. So if the Bengals can get to the Super Bowl, we can definitely bounce back and get to the playoffs next year. But I think it all depends on if we keep our roster together, though. And the cap is not really hitting us that bad, though. We have $34 million in cap room, and of course, if we trade Russell Wilson, it's actually really going to hurt us in the cap, especially if we trade him before March 20, though. So really, it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. And then also, one other thing, though, once again, we're going to be hitting the offseason, where, of course, 3 big-name quarterbacks are going to be in the marketplace, though. Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, and then, of course, Russell Wilson. Now, Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers, both of those quarterbacks have good reasons for potentially leaving their team, though. Deshaun Watson, of course, he's really fed up with the Texans right now. Of course, I think he said last year, he said, get me the hell out of here, though. And then, of course, he has those problems off the field that he's dealing with, though. And then Aaron Rodgers, though, which Aaron Rodgers has voiced that he doesn't want to be part of a rebuild, which makes sense, though. I mean, who wants to be part of a rebuild? But you could also, that cap, it's hitting the Packers real bad. And if the Packers lose Davante Adams in free agency, though, that is really going to hurt the Green Bay Packers. It's going to hurt them real bad. And honestly, if the Packers lose Davante Adams, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to stay with the Green Bay Packers, though. Of course, there are other players the Packers could lose, though, but those are easily two of the biggest ones that, of course, Packer fans should be the most concerned about, though. So if Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers leaves, though, like let's say, for example, that Aaron Rodgers goes to the Denver Broncos, though, then Russell Wilson is obviously not going to the Denver Broncos. So you could also look at a team like the Carolina Panthers right now, who, yes, they need a quarterback, but they are also in a pretty good position to draft a quarterback. Once again, you could say, oh, well, the draft class isn't that strong. And I will say that is very true, but you have no idea what any of these players are going to be, though. I mean, who thought Justin Herbert was going to be an absolute star, though? I wasn't really a big fan of Justin Herbert kind of coming out of college, though. I didn't think he was going to be bad by all means, but I was not expecting him to come in and have the best rookie quarterback season of all time, and he even missed a game, though. And then, of course, he came back this year and proved to everyone that he is not a fluke. He is easily one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and he had an even better year next year. Not looking forward to playing him. And then also, for like the Rams, for instance, so since they won the Super Bowl and got the 4 seed and the number 1 spot in our division, their schedule gets a lot tougher. They're going to have to play the winners. They're going to have to play the winners of the NFC East and the NFC North. NFC East, Dallas Cowboys. I think the Dallas Cowboys are still going to be pretty good next year. I know, it doesn't sound good. And the Green Bay Packers. Okay, first of all, who knows what's going to happen with them, though, but if the Packers bring back Aaron Rodgers, that's not going to be an easy game either. And then also they have to play the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are also pretty good, though. So potentially that is 0-3 right there for the Rams, though. You look at us, though. We had the Giants, the Jets, and the Lions. Are they going to be good? Will they be good in my lifetime? Honestly, probably not. If we keep Russell Wilson, if we keep our core together, I believe that is 3-0 right there. And now, of course, yes, I know that we have other games on our schedule, though. But from the looks of it right now, though, our schedule definitely looks to be a lot easier than the Rams, though. And just as I said, anything is possible in the NFL, but obviously it's really going to depend on if Russell Wilson comes back. Though if Russell Wilson comes back, I think we are a sleeper team and can definitely push for a playoff spot. If Russell Wilson doesn't come back, my life will be full of pain. But of course, coming out tomorrow, though, I'll put a video saying why Russell Wilson should leave Seattle, which is going to be very painful to make, though. But technically, I will literally make it in like 5 minutes. But yeah, let me know what you think down below in the comment section, though. Just to say, you can follow me on Facebook, though, MATTHGWLEININGER. Go do that fun stuff, even though I don't do anything on there. I gotta get on my phone. I need a new phone. I also gotta get a camera. I need things. I need money. That's what I need. I gotta keep working. Work. Hi-ho, off to work I go. Why the hell did I make a Snow White reference? I've gone mad. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's the off season. It's the stresses of the off season. I blame that. But yeah, just so let me know what you think down below in the comment section, though. I hope to see you all here next time, which would technically, if you're watching this video, would be tomorrow. See you guys. Bye.